Hello everyone and welcome back to Crochet Crochets. For this tutorial we'll be going over part 7 of the Bear Sands Bikini collection, and this is the last piece. It is the corset bralette top, so you can wear it as a bikini top or as a bralette. And it is a super beginner friendly pattern. You just need to know chain stitches, slip stitches, single crochets, and double crochets. And we do have one little sewing right here, or you could also crochet this together. I actually crocheted it. So for this tutorial you'll need an F hook, which is a 3.75 millimeter hook, and you'll also need medium weight for yarn. I do recommend too that you use some kind of a stitch marker. We used it twice in this pattern. So other than that, let's get started. All right, so we're going to start off by making our cups. So let's make our foundation chain. So for an A cup, you're going to chain 15, a B is 16, a C is 17, a D is 18, and a double D will chain out 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, and 16. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to skip these first 2 chains and double crochet in that third chain from the hook. And then from there you'll be putting 1 double crochet in every chain across. And make sure you count how many double crochets you have. An A cup should have 13, a B should have 14, a C cup should have 15, D cup should have 16, and double D should have 18 here. So you'll want to just keep note of that, just so that you don't have the wrong amount in this next row here. So what we're going to do now is chain 1 and turn our work, and go ahead and put 1 double crochet in every stitch across. So make sure you have that exact same number. Okay, that was 14 for me because I'm making a B this time. 14, right? Okay, so we're still going to be working on row 2. We're going to be putting 7 double crochets into this little chain 2 space here. And it might be smart of you to mark your middle stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4th stitch is the middle stitch out of 7. So I'm just going to mark that now so I know which one it is. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so now we're going to work along this foundation chain, and that's why you needed to know how many stitches you have, because along this foundation chain, that's how many you need. So let's see, so an A cup you need 13 on the bottom here, a B cup needs 14, C needs 15, D needs 16, and double D needs 18. So go ahead and put 1 double crochet in every chain across this foundation chain, and make sure you have the right amount. So 1, 2, 13, and 14. Okay, so that is what row 2 looks like so far. And now let's go on to row 3, chain 1 and turn. So we are going to be putting 1 double crochet in every stitch across until we reach that middle stitch that's marked. So go ahead and put 1 double crochet in every stitch across, and I'll meet you in the middle. Alright, so once you reach your middle stitch there, we're going to again put 7 double crochets in this middle stitch, and it would be nice to mark the middle stitch again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4th one is the middle, and I'm going to mark that one. 5, 6, and 7. And then from there we're going to be putting 1 double crochet in every stitch across. And you can make sure that you have the same amount of stitches on this side as you do on this side, but I will meet you at the end of the row. Okay, so once you finish row 3, we're going to continue to repeat row 3 for a couple of more rows. So chain 1 and turn, and you're just going to be repeating row 3. So in A cup, you're going to repeat row 3 until you finish row 5. A B and C cup will finish row 6, a D cup will finish row 7, and a double D will finish row 8. So go ahead and finish your repeats, and I'll meet you there. So this is what it looks like once you finish your repeats. And now we will chain 1 and turn our work, and we'll put 1 double crochet in that first stitch, and then we'll just be putting 1 double crochet in every stitch across, and we'll continue that until there is a double crochet in your middle stitch there. And then once you have 1 double crochet in that middle stitch, we're going to end that row there. So that is what your next row should look like. And from there we're going to chain 1 and turn, and this is the last row for all of the cups, so we're going to just put 1 double crochet in every stitch across until we reach the end of the row. And once you have 1 double crochet in every stitch across, then you can go ahead and fasten off. So that is what your cup is going to look like. So then you're going to make another cup just like it, and then we'll just flip it over so that they face each other. So this row of extra rows where we didn't go around the bottom, those 2 will be at the top, and they'll face each other like that. So for now we can put those aside and start on the bottom. So we're going to take a new strand of yarn and make a slip knot, and then from there we will chain out our foundation. So an extra small can chain 90, small is 100, medium is 112, large is 128, 1x is 142, 2x is 148, and 3x will chain out 158 chains. Alright, so once you make your chain for your size, we're going to start on row 1. So let's skip this very first chain and double crochet into the second chain from the hook. And then from there we will just be putting 1 double crochet in every chain across until we reach the end of the row. Alright, so from here we will chain 1 and turn our work. And now we will kind of do the same thing for row 2. So we will be putting 1 double crochet in every stitch across until we reach the end of the row. All right, so once you reach the end of the row, we're going to continue to repeat row 2. So you'll just chain 1 and turn and put 1 double crochet in every stitch across. So you're going to repeat this row for sizes extra small, small, medium, large, and 1X will finish row 6, and 2X and 3X will continue until you finish row 7. Alright, so once you're done with your repeats for your size, if you want to continue working with the same color, don't fasten off yet, but if you do want to have an accent color, go ahead and chain 1 and fasten off here. And then also you can mark your middle stitch of your last row, row 6 or 7. And if you're going to continue with your working yarn, then you can chain 1 and turn your work. If not, we're going to attach our new yarn now. So I'm just going to attach this with a double knot. And then you can definitely crochet over these tails as you go. Okay, so either way, from here you're gonna pull up a loop and then chain 1 and turn your work. So now we're going to put 1 single crochet in that first stitch, and then we'll be putting 1 single crochet in every stitch across until we get to that middle stitch. And once you get to the middle stitch, we're just going to remark the one on top. So I'm going to remove my stitch marker, put a stitch in that same stitch, and just remark this next row so I know where the middle stitch is in that row. And then from there I'm going to continue just putting 1 single crochet in every stitch across until I get to the end of the row. Okay, so once you get to the end of the row, we'll be putting 1 single crochet in that corner stitch, and then we are going to chain 2 and put 1 more single crochet in that same stitch. So that is kind of how we're doing our corners. I know it's in black, but so it's single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the corner stitch, and then we're going to turn our work to work along the sides of rows. And that chain 2 there is going to be where we put our strings too. All right, so now we're going to work in the sides of rows, and in the sides of rows we are going to do our best to put 2 single crochets in the side of every row until we get to the next corner. One and 2, and I'm going to secure my slip knot down here so it doesn't open since it's opening. One and 2. Okay, so once you get to this next corner, we're going to do the same thing we did in the other corner, which is single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet in the same stitch. Well, this is the foundation chain. So now we're going to work along the bottom of the foundation chain by just putting 1 single crochet in every chain. You can crochet over that tail at the bottom as you go. So we're going to continue by putting 1 single crochet in every chain along the bottom until we get to the next corner stitch, and then we will do our single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in that corner, and then turn to work along the sides of these rows, and we'll be doing 2 single crochets in the side of every row, and I will meet you at the beginning. Okay, so once you make your way all the way back around, remember we only put 1 single crochet in that stitch, so we're going to, in that very first corner stitch, so we're going to put 1 more single crochet into that same corner stitch, and then chain 2 and slip stitch into that very first single crochet that we did. So slip stitch in there, and then from there we will fasten off. So chain 1 and fasten off. And that is how we finish the border for our bodice. Alright, so now we are going to start on that little triangle piece that's in the middle of the bodice. So you're going to take your original color, and from the middle stitch, depending on your size, you're going to count out. So for extra small, small, medium, and large, you're going to reattach your yarn to the 7th stitch away from this middle stitch, and size 1x, 2x, and 3x will attach to the 8th stitch. So not counting this stitch, then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, and that is where we're going to reattach our yarn with a double knot. And you can crochet over this tail as you go. Okay, so from there we're going to insert our hook into that same stitch, pull up a loop, and chain 1. So depending on your size, you're going to be putting 1 single crochet in the next 15 or 17 stitches. So extra small, small, medium, and large will put 1 single crochet in the next 15 stitches. And 1x, 2x, and 3x will put 1 single crochet in the next 17 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now we don't need this stitch marker anymore. 13, 14, and 15. So that is row 1 of the triangle. So from here we're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and we will single crochet the first 2 stitches together. So insert your hook in the first stitch, pull up a loop, insert into the second, pull up a loop, and now you have 3 loops on your hook. From there we will pull yarn over and pull through all 3, and then we'll put 1 single crochet in every stitch across until we have 2 stitches left. And then when you have 2 stitches left, we'll do another decrease. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert into that last stitch, and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through all 3 on your hook. And from there we're just going to be repeating row 2. So chain 1 and turn your work, and we'll start off by putting 1 single crochet decrease here in the first 2 stitches, and then we will be putting 1 single crochet in every stitch across until we have 2 stitches left. And then when you have your 2 stitches left, we will put another decrease in the last 2 stitches. So you're going to continue repeating that pattern until for size extra small, small, medium, and large, until you finish row 7, and 1x, 2x, and 3x will finish row 8. Okay, so this is what it looks like once you finish your repeats. And for the last row of the triangle, we're going to, so you should have 3 single crochets in this row. So the last row, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And then we're just going to single crochet all 3 of these together. So we're going to insert our hook in the first stitch, pull up a loop, insert into the second, pull up a loop, and insert into the third, and pull up a loop. And then you'll have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 4, and then chain 1 and fasten off. So now we're done with the triangle, and now we're going to go straight into the border for the top of the triangle. So take your second color and we'll reattach it to the stitch right before the triangle here. And if you're using the same color, I would still do this because it'll make it look a little bit neater when you attach your cups. So even if you're using the same color, just reattach that same color here. And you can crochet over this tail as you go up. So we're going to turn the work along the sides of the rows of the triangle. So we're going to insert our hook into this corner stitch here and pull up a loop and chain 1. Okay, from there we're going to single crochet into the side of every row. So how many rows did we do? So small through 1x, you should have 8 single crochets on the side of this triangle, and 1x through 3x, you should have 9 single crochets on the side of the triangle. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so once you get to the top, in this top stitch, we're going to put a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch, and then we're going to turn to work along the other side of the triangle going down. So now we're going to still put 1 single crochet in the side of every row. So you should try to put 8 or 9, or the same amount that you did if you did a different amount. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So once you finish with that, we're going to slip stitch into this corner stitch here, kind of mirroring what we did before, and then we will chain 1 and fasten off. So that is what it looks like now. Okay, so now we're going to set aside the bodice for now and bring our cups back. And let's just line them up so that we know what they're going to be like. So this part with the double crochets, that little double crochet row that we didn't go all the way around, that will be at the top of your cup. So you just want to mirror the other cup to mirror the first. So we're going to do our border around all of this at the same time, so just how you know how it's going to be configured. But we're going to start with where we fastened off, and that's where we're going to reattach our yarn. So it doesn't matter if you're using the same color, just reattach this same color, or grab your accent color and reattach that. And we're just going to attach it with a double knot. One and two. And then I'm going to crochet over those tails as I go. So insert your hook into that corner stitch, pull up a loop, and chain one. Alright, so we are going to be putting 2 single crochets in this first corner stitch. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to turn to work along the sides of rows. So we're going to try our best to put 2 double crochets in the side, or 2 single crochets, sorry, in the side of every double crochet row. So just do your best to put 2 single crochets in the side of every double crochet row, and I'll meet you at the next corner. Okay, so once you make it to the other side, when you get to this corner stitch, we're going to put 3 single crochets into that corner. So 1 into that same stitch, 2 and 3. Okay, and from there we're going to continue by putting 1 single crochet in every stitch across, and we will continue that until we reach the sides of these 2 double crochet rows. So go ahead and continue lining that, and I'll meet you there. Okay, so once you reach the sides of the rows, don't go into that stitch where that double crochet is coming out of. Just stop at the stitch before, and then we're going to go into the sides of this first row. So try to put 2 single crochets in the side of that first row. I'm going to go here, and then we'll just put 1 single crochet in that corner stitch like that. So you should just have kind of like 3 single crochets in the side of those 2 rows, and then from there we're going to grab our second cup. So this is how it's kind of worked this way. So you just kind of want to flip it so that you can go straight into the mirroring side that you just did. So you want to grab your cup and make sure they mirror each other, and then work directly into that second cup, which I did backwards. There we go. And single crochet in that mirroring space in between, like that. So just so you can see. So then from there we will continue working along. So we'll put 2 single crochets in the side of the next double crochet row here, and then we will continue working by putting 1 single crochet in every stitch across until we reach this corner stitch here. So once you reach the corner stitch, then you will put 3 single crochets in the same stitch, 1, 2, 3, and then turn to work along the sides of rows, and again put 2 single crochets in the side of every double crochet row. And we'll be doing this until we reach this corner stitch here. Okay, so once you are at your corner stitch, again, we will put 3 single crochets in that corner stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we will be putting 1 single crochet in every stitch across till we have 1 stitch left in the current cup. So go ahead and put 1 single crochet in every stitch across, and I'll meet you there. Okay. So I have 1 stitch left in that current cup there. And so once you get here, we're going to single crochet 3 together. So the first single crochet we're going to insert into that very last stitch of this current cup and pull up a loop, and then around, we're going to insert our hook around the bottom border and pull up a loop, and then we're going to insert our hook into the very first stitch of the next cup and pull up a loop. So now you should have 4 loops on your hook, and from there you will yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on your hook. And then from there we'll continue just by putting 1 single crochet in every stitch until we get to that corner stitch again. And once you make your way back to this corner stitch, I have 1 stitch left. That first corner stitch we did only 2 single crochets, so we'll put 1 more single crochet in that very first stitch we worked into, and then slip stitch into the first single crochet of the row and fasten off. So that is what our cups look like now. So we're just going to then take our bodice and sew these together. You can also crochet them together. I would recommend to count the stitches along the bottom of your cups and try to match them 1 for 1 along the bottom. So when I count my stitches, remember we had a chain 1 in the middle of that top stitch there. We did a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. So that's the middle there that I would start counting from on the right and on the left to match that. And you can start sewing from that very first stitch on either side. So just match the cups up one stitch to one, whether you're sewing or crocheting. I'm just going to count these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30, 31, 32, 33. So this one has 33. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 31, 32, 33. So now I'm just going to flip it over and reattach my yarn to the corner stitch. Of both of these. So I'm going to reattach it to both stitches and double knot. I think I'm just gonna crochet mine. I was gonna sew it, but okay. So now I can ensure that by the time I get to this middle stitch here, I should be lined up with the middle of that. Okay, so then we are going to slip stitch these together, or single crochet them together, either way. Actually, I think I want to single crochet them. So insert them and insert your hook into the same stitch that you tied both of them to, pull up a loop and chain one. So that first chain one will count as a single crochet in that first stitch, and then go in the second stitch in both pieces, pull up a loop and single crochet, and then we will be matching the stitches one for one, just single crocheting both sides together. All right, so we're almost at the middle of the cups. So if you get here and you have too many stitches, you could always kind of cheat and go through one of the stitches twice on whichever side has more. And I think I'm matched up pretty good. So yeah, you should try to have your last stitch of the cup be that last middle stitch of, so there was 2 single crochets in here. The last stitch of the first cup should be that first stitch of the 2 in that middle stitch of the bodice, and then from there we're going to skip this middle section and go straight into the first stitch of the second cup and that second stitch of the very middle, which is right there. And then from there you should be able to count out, well, you don't have to count it out really, you should be able to just match the stitches one for one for the rest of the cup and the bodice. So now I'm going to stop once I get to that third stitch in the corner stitch. So I have 2 left, 1 and 2, and then fasten off. So that is what it looks like on the inside, and that's what it looks like on the outside. Okay, so now we will set aside our bralette for a moment to start on the ties. So let's make a slip knot and start chaining out our first chain. So for extra small, you can chain out 90, small is 100, medium is 110, large is 120, 1x is 130, 2x is 140, and 3x can chain out 150 chains. Okay, so once you chain out your chain for your size, we'll grab our bodice or our bralette, and we're going to start on the inside of the cup, of the left cup, or if you're left-handed you'll be on the other side. So we're going to find that middle stitch at the top here, and we're going to single crochet with this tie on our string into the stitch 2 stitches away. So insert your hook into that, pull up a loop and single crochet. And then we're going to put 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's 4 total. So this is what it looks like now. And from there we will chain out the next part of our chain. So for size extra small, you're going to chain out 200. A small is 225, a medium is 250, large is 275, 1x is 300, 2x will chain out 325, and 3x will chain out 350 chains. Alright, so once you chain out your chain for your size, you're going to go ahead and fasten off. And that is what the first side looks like. So on the inside we have the shorter string, and on the outside we have the longer string because this string goes around the back. So now we're going to do the next string, which is the same but in reverse. So instead of the short string first, we're going to crochet the long string first. So for size extra small, you'll chain out 200, small is 225, medium is 250, large is 275, 1x is 300, 2x is 325, and 3x will chain out 350 chains. Alright, so once you chain that out for your size, now we will do the reverse on the other side. So find your middle stitch out of the 3 and then single crochet to the stitch 2 stitches before. So single crochet 2 stitches before that middle stitch, and then we'll put 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So that was 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then from there we will crochet our short side of the ties. So extra small is 90, small is 100, medium is 110, large is 120, 1x is 130, 2x is 140, and 3x will chain out 150 chains. And once you are done with that next chain, go ahead and fasten off. And now we are pretty much done. We need to clean up any tails that we might have. Alright, so that's what it looks like once you kind of clean up all your strings. And to weave the ties in, we're gonna go on the wrong side up where your seam is and tuck these 2 pieces in there. And so these middle strings here, the short strings that are both in the middle, those will tie around the neck, and the 2 outer strings will be weaved through the back. So take one side string and you're going to weave it through the chain 2 spaces that we made in these little corners here. So we're just going to weave that side, the right side, to the top left side of the back, and then also weave it through the bottom right side so that it crisscrosses. Like that. And then we will do the opposite with the other string. So take now the left string and weave it through the top right of the back. Which way did I go in? I came in through this way. and then weave it into the bottom left of the back. So that it's crisscrossed. And then those two middle ones will tie in the front, and that is what it looks like. So I really hope you enjoy this tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.